just love when you're a realtor or a loan officer and you find a client that wants to buy a house or maybe refinance their house, and you look into qualifying the borrowers and their income looks good, job history looks great, DTI is low, but then you get to the credit report.
And you pull a 720.
No, you pull a 540 and the credit report throws a massive monkey wrench to the entire process.
Ah yeah, the dreaded 540, the nail in the coffin, the finito, the last dance, the old dagger in the swagger.
Yeah, well, for some of you, it is the last dance, and for some of us, we team up with a good credit repair company to meet our clients' needs. And for some of us, well, I'll just say that's the end of the road. You got better things to do. But wouldn't it be nice if you could pull all 720s?
Well, now you can with the Creditinator 2000. And if you order in the next 5 minutes, we'll send a set of Ginsu steak knife.
No, you can't. Just kidding.
But seriously, did you know that right now, over 40 million Americans have existing errors on their credit reports? And that's massive. That's 1 in 5 Americans have errors on their credit report.
Yeah, and a mistake on your credit report can cost you more than money. It can increase the interest you pay on a loan, prevent you from buying a car, landing a job, getting a security clearance, and lastly, from buying a house.
The scary thing is, and some of you know this, they're not uncommon. A new FTC report indicates as many as 40 million Americans have a mistake on their credit report. And some of you know getting these mistakes removed on your own, it's almost impossible.
Consumer credit reporting is a $4 billion a year industry dominated by 3 large companies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. They keep files on over 200 million Americans and report on our financial reputations. They make their money gathering information from people we do business with and selling it to banks and merchants and insurance companies and employers, and they use it to make judgments on our credit worthiness and reliability.
But now, the reliability of the industry is being questioned in an 8-year Federal Trade Commission study. The FTC found an error rate of 20%.
20% error rate in an industry that basically determines whether you get a job or buy a car or qualify for a house? I'm sorry, that's not acceptable.
The credit companies decide the fate of millions of Americans every day, and they don't seem to care about the accuracy of their information.
Let's break this down for a second. Sometimes we get used to crazy things that happen every day, and because they happen every day, we don't ever sit down and actually think how crazy they really are.
You mean like not passing a budget in Washington for 4 years?
Yeah, but that's for another show. I mean like this. Let's put what the credit companies do every day into perspective. Here you go. Okay, all we need to do now is actually pull your credit report. Give me a quick second, and here it is.
Okay.
Ooh. You're gonna have to leave.
What?
You have a 540 credit score, you're denied. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you.
Well, wait a minute. I'm sitting right here in front of you. I've got a great job, great income, money in the bank, and that report says I'm not gonna get a loan?
Pretty much.
And who makes the report?
The credit companies, of course.
And you believe them over me?
Well, yeah, of course.
So because the credit company says I'm a dirt stick with bad credit, I don't get a loan, who gets them the information?
Well, apparently from the people that you borrowed money from, they say you're a dirt stick.
Let me see this report. I never borrowed money from these guys. That collection's my dad's. This is paid off. They've got my name spelled 16 different ways wrong on this report. You're gonna believe this report that has more inaccuracies than accuracies and deny me credit because of this?
Yep. Like I said, you gotta leave. 540, don't pay the bills. So in reality, these credit companies are supposed to indicate the trustworthiness of a person, but the information gathered that dictates whether said person is trustworthy or not is itself not trustworthy. So who do you trust?
Well, the problem is the people that use these reports trust the reports over the person. Everything else could be in order, but because a flawed report says your score's too low, your clients don't get a house.
So what do we do with this? And when I say we, I mean all of us, because it's a bit ridiculous and it's a major obstacle in getting clients financed. I wonder how many more people we could help without 40 million errors.
Well, let's be realistic. This is one of those too big to change things. We're not going to change the way America scores its citizens, so what do?
We know it's flawed, so we prepare our clients the best we can and disseminate the information so they can be prepared as well.
That way they can at least work on fixing the errors themselves or team up with a reputable company that helps clients do this. Most of you know a couple of good places. And if you're in our hometown, you can check out who we use.
What do you guys think? What have you done to overcome a severely broken credit reporting problem, and what other good ideas do you have to ensure your clients don't get bit by the inaccuracies of the credit companies? Do share down below so we all can be in the know, and we'll see you next week. Make sure you subscribe for free and share with your mama and your daddy and all your friends on Facebook. See you next week. I'm sorry, sir, you have a 540. I can't help you out.
I don't have a credit score. I'm 12 years old.
No, actually you do. Apparently you had a bankruptcy back in 1965, sir.
I wasn't even born. I'm not even a sir. I'm 12 years old.
Yep, apparently you are, and I can't help you, and you're denied.